Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to the Fangoria Movie Challenge. Now, this is the segment I've been doing with my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where we're not only going to watch, but also review all 101 movies Fangoria thinks we should have seen. Alright, guys, continuing Christmas in July, or sometime around there. Black Christmas, the original. Black Christmas is a 1974 film which runs approximately 98 minutes and is directed by the late great Bob Clark. Now, he passed away on April 4th, 2007 at the age of 67. He was responsible for Porky's, A Christmas Story, and Baby Geniuses. Now, this also has a alternate title called Silent Night, Evil Night. I actually have some of the press books for this. Now, this stars Olivia Hussey as Jess. She was in Psycho 4, Island Prey, and Romeo and Juliet. Keir Dullea as Peter. He was in 2001: A Space Odyssey, 2010, The Year We Make Contact, and David and Lisa. And Margot Kidder as Barb. She passed away on May 1st, 2018 at the age of 69. She was in Superman 1 through 4, The Amityville Horror, and No Deposit. Now, the budget was $620,000, and it was shot in 40 days. Black Christmas is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and it's finally caught on now, but when Fangoria did this list that we're working off of, it was still relatively unappreciated. And that's a shame because this movie has a ton of atmosphere and is just creepy to its core. Now, a bit of a synopsis here. You have a sorority house where a unknown man climbs into the trellis and gets into the attic and basically terrorizes and picks off these women one by one from the sorority house, making obscene phone calls. Starts out like an obscene phone call, but the more you get into it, the more it's just very bizarre and so creepy. It's unbelievable. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is one movie that genuinely creeps me out, even to this day. A little story about this one. I would love to have the VHS for this because this is how I originally saw it back in the day. Now, my close friend when I was growing up, Josh, he was basically my only horror friend. I had lots of friends, but none of them really liked horror. I had Star Wars friends, I had, this, that, the other thing. But my one horror friend was Josh growing up. And I introduced him to this film. And we watched it. And on his way home, which is about approximately 10 minutes from my house, we grew up down the street. We still live down the street from each other. So it was kind of late. I called his house and I imitated one of those phone calls. And until he realized it was me, he was kind of freaked out. So, that was probably a pretty mean thing to do, but I couldn't help myself. This movie is just fantastic. And it's just creepy to its core. A lot of times it'll flip-flop with Halloween for my very favorite horror movie of all time, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time, just in any genre. Like I said, it's gone pretty much unnoticed and unappreciated up until I think the last 5 or 6 years, in my opinion. Now I'm going to pair this with another favorite of mine that is unappreciated, and that is Silent Night, Bloody Night. This was introduced to me by Joe the Horror Man. It was on a ton of multi-packs It was a movie that I've never watched, and I don't know why it took me so long, but a couple years ago I decided I was going to watch it around Christmas time. And unfortunately, the copy I had was so bad that I actually had to ask him what happened at the end because I couldn't see it. There were so many things in it that I couldn't see. I got this version of it, and if you guys are going to buy a version of it, get this one. It runs for about $8 at Walmart. It's super cheap, and it's just beautifully restored. It's restored from the 35 millimeter film elements, and it's probably the best we'll get. It's a fantastic movie. It's a what they call a proto slasher, which I don't really like that term, but this was before Black Christmas. It was before Halloween, and it basically goes unnoticed and unappreciated, and that's a shame because this is a damn good movie. Both of these are must-watch Christmas movies for me. Definitely check out Joe's review and see what he picked for a recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.